It's live coverage of the NBA on Monday night. Thank you for joining us here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by the talented analyst tandem of Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. David Aldridge is on our sideline. We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our
Well, Kevin.
And that's so great to hear, D.A. LeBron is a proven leader and champion, as we all know, expects to contend for a championship every year. And a conference rivalry renewed tonight. This one could get a little chippy, Chris.
Games like this always have a little bit of extra meaning on both of the fans. You can see that look of intensity in their eyes.
Tip-off goes to the Clippers. And now the Lakers starting group. They've got Drummond. Anthony Davis is out there with LeBron James. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Schroeder in at the one.
And even from deep, Jackson is a threat. You can't give him breathing room from that far out.
Schroeder kicks to LeBron. Shoots over Leonard. Drains it from 17 feet out.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Jackson dishes to Morris. Back to Jackson. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
How about the muscle from Jackson on that play? Even with the contact, he knocked the bucket down easily. But see, I love Reggie Jackson, how he attacks players with his drive. He uses his size nicely. He's so athletic. I mean, he has one of the best Euro steps in the game and a nice tempo change to keep the D off guard.
And with Jackson and his ability to attack the rim, that strength plays into another strength of his, which is pulling up short and getting a jumper or a floater on the fly.
Well, that tandem of talents make Jackson such a tough assignment on defense. He has the right mentality to consistently create chances. No real easy way to defend against him.
6 on the shot clock. Caldwell-Pope on the wing. Tries again. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Those three-pointers off the mark. Quick start here for the Clippers in this one. 4-point game. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
Executed on the road, stayed focused, stay consistent with who you are as a team.
Whether life or sports, that's all you can do. Stay committed to your brand of basketball and let the chips fall where they may.
George with the bucket.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, that opening right there, that's just because the defense failed to rotate.
James, the pass to Schroeder. Drummond with a screen on Jackson. That doesn't go either for Schroeder.
Something affected him on that shot, and it wasn't the defense.
The drive by Cousins. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
Oh, the vision of Cousins, seeing the lane to the bucket, open up and just attacking it relentlessly.
Out to the wing. Schroeder with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson, and that one's good. Schroeder.
Oh, a good open look, and he sprays it home from 3.
Jackson kicks to George. Passes to Leonard. Over James. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Leonard's got his first 2 points.
Their hot start keeps getting hotter. 5 for 5 now to keep things going.
Caldwell-Pope dishes to Davis. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's on DeMarcus Cousins. Lakers shooting their first free throws here tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
That free throw missing. And you look at the Clippers post Chris Paul. The team is still in a position to compete.
I think they had to fill in gaps when players left, but I really like the job they've done overall. I mean, they have good inside and outside presence. Not the same, but they aren't in a horrible spot.
Here's George. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. Lakers trail by 6. Dishes it to Schroeder. Here's LeBron. Great D that time from Leonard.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Over LeBron. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. Great shooters. Boy, can they make or break you down the stretch. Here's the league's top shooters right now. Anthony Davis, #1. Third is Andre Drummond.
You can't say enough about these two guys shooting this season. Both their percentages, just incredible stuff.
To the middle. And Cousins throws it down.
Oh, and when there's an open man, Jackson finds him, making it look very easy.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Back to Schroeder. Drummond sets the screen for Schroeder. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Oh, you really like how determined Drummond is. Always willing to sacrifice his body to open up some space for guys.
And Dennis Schroeder out of Germany handed the keys as the full-time starter at the point guard in his 4th season.
And with his confidence and competitive spirit, you know he was chomping at the bit for that opportunity. And you got to love his athleticism coupled with that big play capability. It's just exciting to see how good this young man can become.
And in these early stages, Chris, of the season, how quickly do you start to get a sense of where your team stands and how good they can be or how bad they might be?
I would say that first 20 games is a really good kind of litmus test. Gives you a pretty good gauge to see where your team is. You're going to get to play against teams from both conferences. You have some really good teams and bad teams in that mix. So you kind of see how you play in all situations. Those first 20 games, you establish who you are.
Leonard, the pass to Morris. The shot comes out. Great D that time from Davis. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed.
And Caldwell Pope can be a volume three-point shooter, meaning when he gets a lot of attempts from there, he can fill it up from downtown.
And George kicks to Leonard. Fires from the corner. And it's good off the back rim and in.
You know, not necessarily what you're looking for, but still able to convert.
Caldwell Pope dishes to James. Pass to Schroeder. Drummond with a screen on Jackson. Here's Schroeder. Morris with the block.
Oh, just fantastic defense from Morris, getting right in the face of the shooter and coming up with the rejection.
In the corner, George with it. Offensive rebound. Back to Morris. Over Davis. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Well, he did a great job of staying patient, letting the man make his move, and getting right up on the jump shot.
Leonard with no one around. Off target from three-point range. Lakers trail by 4. Davis, the pass to Schroeder. And that one, good. Schroeder's got 8 points. The Clippers have gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. James against Jackson. And that one's good. Leonard, he's got 6. For the Lakers, they won their last contest, that game against the Kings in Sacramento. Davis on the follow. The Clippers have gone 8 of 14 from the field in the first quarter. Jackson kicks to Leonard. Ibaka outside. It's George on the wing. Here's Morris. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
You really admire how fierce Morris is on the glass. He never gives up on keeping the next possession alive.
Now Schroeder in the game against Sacramento. Very impressive. Kicks it out to James. No good on the 3.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Jackson against Schroeder. Jackson kicks to Leonard. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got his third assist on the night. Outside, Davis. Leonard against LeBron. Shoots over Leonard. And the rejection by Leonard.
Oh, a tough quarter for him offensively. He hasn't been able to give his team a lift when they need it.
He gets some extra attention from the D on that trip, and it throws his shot off.
Nobody near Schroeder. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Ibaka sets the pick for George. To the paint. Here's Morris. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
When Morris gets it down to the paint, he's deadly, using his big arms to get these shots up and in.
Back to Schroeder. Davis sets a screen. Schroeder kicks to Caldwell Pope. Shot clock at 5. And a miss there on the triple.
Tough to hit that shot when the D is all over you like that.
And Luke Walton, the Lakers' 6th head coach in the last 6 seasons, counting interims. I think they're going to be patient with him, though, as he rebuilds.
I hope so. I mean, the fact that he's a familiar face, a SoCal native, and a former Laker helps buy patience from the fans. Also, his deal is guaranteed through 2020. They need to give him a chance.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Batum comes in for Morris. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for George. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Jackson. Here's Gasol, and the layup's good off the glass. Gasol's got his first 2 points of the night.
And he knows how to make good use of his size in that low block. And Gasol's inside game is very refined. There's a smoothness to how he approaches it.
Leonard. No good off the pick.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
The best laid plans, right? Well, I tell you right there, though, that's one they'll take every single time.
Los Angeles leading by 6. They set the pick to the right side. Rondo against Gasol. Outside Rondo. Pulls up on the wing. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Well, not all defenses are constructed to protect the mid-range area. Nicely done that time.
Here's Kuzma. Can't hit that one. The Clippers go the other way with it. Outside, Batum. Rondo with it. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And Beverly kicks to Leonard. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. And the Clippers lead by 8.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
Good-looking screen by Gasol. Takes the turnaround J, and the rebound goes to Rajon Rondo.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
Sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined.
Pushing their lead to double digits.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Here's Gasol. That shot, no good. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Outside Rondo. The dish to Leonard. 50 seconds left to play in the first quarter. They set the screen. Beverly for 3. Kuzma pulls it in. Lakers trail by 11. Feeds to Matthews. Sinks the triple. Matthews has got himself on the board with 3 there.
And he is not shy about pulling the trigger from downtown. Matthews has the eye and the confidence from three-point range that you just love to see.
That one goes in.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
15 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Harrell. Here's Kuzma. Lakers working the ball around now. Here's Gasol. Gasol missing again.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Los Angeles on top, up by 10. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And Serge Ibaka, becoming known for his shooting ability now, he talked about the confidence his teammates and his coach instilled in him.
He trusts you every time he punts the ball.
Well, if you wonder how much difference a coach can make for a player, there it is. Huh?
You heard it in Serge's voice, too. That confidence has already been planted in him. That voice telling him, shoot the ball, is now in his own head. He's going to be just fine.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Well, already in the first period, they found ways to get this offense ramped up.
Well, yeah, small lead so far, but it's building fast, and they better watch out.
Ivica Zubac is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Batum in at the 3. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Shoots from the baseline. Cousins, no good.
And as he squares up from mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Well, he did a great job of staying patient, letting the man make his move, and getting right up on the jump shot.
The feed to Harrell. He kicks it to Gasol. Back to Harrell. Here's Kuzma. Off target from three-point range. Clippers leading by 8.
And for the Lakers, new leadership in the front office starting midway through last season. For a franchise that had lost some of his luster, the hope is they can return to their winning ways.
And Cousins gets it to go.
But Cousins makes difficult shots look simple. He is used to draining contested Jays right in the defense's face.
Gasol a screen. Right wing. Here's Kuzma. Bangs home the trifecta. Kuzma's got 5 points now in the quarter. And Chris, we're not accustomed to seeing top free agents spurn the Lakers, but that's what's been happening the last few years.
Yeah, I mean, it's different reasons. I mean, it's drafting. Some players want to go other places. The fact that the looming shadow of Kobe Bryant there. But we'll see if they can turn things around. Too many inches being given up in that matchup. I mean, he's got no chance of putting a stop to that layup.
And the Clippers making a change here. Livingston's checked in, and the Lakers also making a change. McLemore is checked in. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Guys, the league may have never seen a player with more control on and off the court than LeBron James. He is a superstar, a playmaker, a coach on the floor. Some say he's the GM, and he even has a stake in a player agent business. LeBron says it's his dream to one day own an NBA team. Well, he's certainly getting some practice. Kevin?
No question about it, David. He's well on his way. As important a player as we've ever seen in basketball.
The former Jayhawk McLemore, a gifted scorer who can really light it up in a hurry.
Well, Chris, the NBA game is a game of superstition. And even if you aren't superstitious, you still get into the habit of a routine. So what was your pregame routine that you had during your career, something that was there every night with you before a game?
Well, about superstitions, Kev, I have one superstition, and it might sound weird, but it was to not have a superstition. So I'm a guy that can get caught up in routine and things like that. So if I played a great game and I had something to eat, I wouldn't eat the same thing on purpose because I didn't want the superstition to control me. I wanted if for some reason I couldn't have the food, if for some reason I got to the game late, I never wanted that to be in my head. And so my thing was, since early in high school, I tried not to have a superstition. But in saying that, you do have a routine. And my routine as I got older was, before I get to the arena, I'd read the notes of the game and all that good stuff, and I'd just sit in the hot tub with my headphones on. I figured that that was the best way to get warm at an older age, and that's really the only thing I can remember relying on before a game, and that was in my older years.
Good story. Good story. Good D by Matthews.
Thought he was going to be able to take advantage of the D there. He had the space.
Defended by Beverly. The pass to McLemore. Lays it up off the glass. And now just a 5-point Clipper lead.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Here's George, and that's good off the glass that time. George has got 6.
And that's what Beverly does best, a quick passer who distributes the ball incredibly well.
Kicks to Matthews. Takes a 3. It's hauled in by the Clippers. They've led by as many as 11 points. That's good for George on the assist by Livingston. And it's a 9-point Clipper lead.
Oh, and a nice look by Livingston, keeping his eyes up, locates the man.
Pick by Harrell. In the corner, it's McLemore. Gasol a screen. A putback, and Gasol able to finish.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Beverly dishes to George. Over Matthews. And too long on the shot. Lakers trail by 7. He feeds it to Harrell. He dishes it to McLemore. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Yeah, just a fantastic job to stay with the play and just not give up. Excellent effort on the offensive backboard.
George passes to Livingston. And here is Zubac. Here's Beverly. Off the pick. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. 7 points in the game.
And really, Beverly is very reliable from the mid-range area. I mean, his jumper has come a long way.
Passes it to Matthews. And it's off from 3-point range. Well, it was the Los Angeles Lakers winning their last game against the Kings. And Cousins kicks to Beverly. Screen by Cousins. Now here's Beverly. He's guarded close. Cousins, no good.
I love the anticipation defensively there to get into the perfect spot.
Cousins pulls it in. Clippers leading by 7. Dishes it to George. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. And that's 11 points for Paul George.
That's the maturation of Cousins' game. Everyone knows he can score the ball, but he is starting to show great strides in his passing.
And the Lakers call time here. Greg, when you watch DeMarcus Cousins play, you can see the beating he takes in the post, can't you?
Yeah, and that's just how it goes with star centers, with the size and activity of Cousins. Just like Shaq in the sense, big bruising centers are hard to officiate. Other players can lay into them and not even make a dent, but anyone else, it would be a foul.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Sean Livingston. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Jackson dishes to Cousins. In the corner, it's Morris. And another 3 for the Clippers.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Shoots off the step back. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from James.
And these are James' type of shots. He makes these consistently. You got to D him up from there.
Screened by Ibaka. Morris outside. It's stolen by Schroeder. Lobbed up there for Drummond.
Once he gets open on the low block, it's just a matter of getting him the ball.
Clippers leading by 7. Jackson kicks to Ibaka. Back to Jackson. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Jackson's got 8.
Even when the D is draped around him, Jackson knows how to finish close to the rim. Just such a skilled player.
Schroeder kicks to Caldwell Pope. There's the screen. Pass to Davis. Schroeder dishes to Drummond. Just 4 to shoot. Caldwell Pope for 3. Cousins pulls it in. Cousins has got his 4th rebound in this one.
No three-pointers for him in the second quarter yet, but he did have one in the first.
And the wide open shot from Morris. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 5 assists in the game. Davis sets a screen. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
If there's a list of the best inside scorers in the NBA, Davis has got to be right at the top. When he gets his hands on the ball down low, you might as well just count it.
Shot off the pick. Morris, no good.
The defense recognizing the situation and getting right in his face once he got close to the bucket.
Caldwell Pope passes to Schroeder. The 3 from LeBron. That's a good shot, and now he's 3 for 7.
Yeah, they've gotten into a nice flow this quarter.
Clippers leading by 7. And George kicks to Ibaka. Morris a screen. Ibaka outside. The dish to Morris. Cousins with a screen on Drummond. A 3 from Morris. Anthony Davis with the rebound. Lakers trail by 7. Caldwell Pope on the wing. Feeds it to Schroeder. Back to Caldwell Pope. Davis sets a screen. Caldwell Pope dishes to Davis. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good.
He's not the only one to blame for them being behind, but he hasn't helped their cause much.
Caldwell Pope against George. And he makes the bucket, through contact, and gets the whistle too.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Cousins. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Reggie Jackson. LeBron kicks to Drummond. LeBron against Leonard. Pass to Davis. Drummond a screen. Davis dishes to Schroeder. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. And that's 13 points for Dennis Schroeder.
And a good job taking what the D gives him. He's not going to pass it up with that much space.
Morris kicks to Rondo. 1:03 left now here in the second. The teardrop falls in. Rondo's got his first points of the night.
And at his best is Rondo when he's attacking in the paint. Beautiful little floater there. Easy to get it up and over the defense.
Now here's Schroeder. 13 points in the game. LeBron outside. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
But James loves pulling up immediately off the pass. You can't give him any breathing room, even when the pass is coming his way.
Now, here's George. Tight defense on him. To the middle. Ibaka, the pass to Morris. Ibaka with a screen on Drummond. Morris kicks to George. Shoots it. Again, Los Angeles.
He's taking over the game. Their lead's going to get even bigger if he keeps this up.
LeBron against Leonard. Now James shoots over Leonard. Here's Drummond, and it is good at the buzzer. Wow!
And they make sure to get the last shot of the quarter there. Nicely done.
Yeah, clock running out. They stay poised and get the shot off just in time.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 16 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound. First 2 quarters from him were fun to watch. And taking a look at the Clippers, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Right up front, we saw the elite two-way game of Paul George. Locking down guys defensively, lesser athletes have almost no chance to score on him. And then he was in total command on the offensive end. Made plays for others and shot lights out for himself.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Lakers?
Well, those second chance points are huge, and they only came because of their effort. Their work on the offensive glass is what's keeping them in the game. They definitely should try to continue to stay tough on the glass. It's been key so far.
And we're just about ready for the...
The view from high above downtown Los Angeles, where we are returning to action here at the Staples Center. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots.
Lakers trail by 6. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Taking a look at the Lakers. Anthony Davis is out there with LeBron James. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Schroeder in at the point. Just 5 to shoot. For 3, Caldwell-Pope. Here's Davis. And the rejection by Leonard.
And a sensational individual defender. Leonard will lock you down. Rejections are just part of the package he brings on the defensive end.
Offensive rebound. Cousins. Great D that time from Davis.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim. Oh, that's just a terrific night for him from the floor, making almost everything he looks at.
And the Lakers, Greg, for a long time could rely on the lure of Los Angeles to draw top free agents. History does a lot, it seems.
Yeah, Paul George listing them on his short list shows they still have that pull, but the Lakers will be big players in free agency, I believe, in the near future.
Outside, George. LeBron against Leonard. Back to George. From deep. George missing again.
Well, they look a step slow on offense out there. Can't seem to pull the lid off that basket so far in this first half.
Caldwell-Pope dishes to Schroeder. Here's Davis. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Morris.
Having a little bit of trouble at the start of the half. Only 1 for 4 from the field.
Cousins, the pass to Jackson. He kicks it to Leonard. They set the pick. "18 feet out, buries the jump shot. Leonard's got 12 in the game.
They needed that one. Maybe they'll get it going after 4 straight misses to start the half.
James kicks to Drummond. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. And the rejection by Cousins. George against Caldwell-Pope. And he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
And George just has that extra gear. Well, once he kicks into it, he is nearly impossible to stop.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And when you look at the younger generation of players coming in now, Chris, of course, you do the interviews, you see them, you talk to them. Is it easy for you to relate to these younger players?
Yeah, it's definitely easy to relate to them. I think that our generation had a lot of influence on their style, their kind of expression of self, just as the generation before us did. And we have that unique bond. I think that's one of the advantages I have, that I've known some of these players since they've been young. I know their habits. I know that they're good kids, good individuals, and they just express themselves differently. You know, do I like the way they come into a game dressed looking like, I don't know, Ozzy Osbourne and Run DMC mix? Nah, I don't like that. But people used to say that about my style and my clothes too, Kevin. I'm sure they did that about you too, you know. So, man, I just love it. I just take it as we have some of the best players that fans have seen, and I'm just enjoying everything from the wild clothes to the music to their style. But no, it's not hard to relate to them, man, because they're all pretty good kids.
Chris, just for...
That's what I'm talking about right there. And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
For Los Angeles, they have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Morris. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. LeBron kicks to Davis. And there's the feed to Caldwell Pope. Back to Davis. To the wing right side. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Outside Jackson. Cousins dishes to Leonard. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got his third rebound on the night. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, we know the Clippers are one of the best teams in the league, but are they good enough to win it all? Coach Doc Rivers talked about overcoming the super teams they face. He said the big three in Boston, put them together, bam, we won. We had Miami, Golden State, but there are teams that still poke through. Dallas did it, and that's what we're trying to do. Kevin?
And with Doc in control, the Clippers, DA, will always be in contention for a title. Thanks so much for that terrific report. And just who is providing all the playmaking here tonight? Let's look at the breakdown between the front and backcourt for the Clippers.
This backcourt is really shouldering the load in terms of the ball movement and great assists. When you look at the overall contributions compared to the bigs, nice work on distributing the ball.
The first one falls.
And the Clippers are known as a high-wire act, and rightfully so with their stars. This team is also one that can at times lock it down defensively. I don't think they get enough credit for what they do on that side of the ball.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for the Clippers. Wesley Matthews checked in for the Lakers. McLemore has come in for Caldwell Pope. Right at the free throw line. No good off the back of the rim. Los Angeles leading by 4. The Clippers not a team known for their defense, but quite often the last few years, it's been the deciding factor for them in games.
Yeah, and I think it starts with the pressure they place on ball handlers. They can throw double teams or pick up far out from the hoop. They've got shot blocking inside to erase mistakes as well.
And there's the pass to McLemore. Lakers working the ball around now. Davis sets a screen. Again, the Lakers.
And that's what McLemore is known for best, his sweet, soft jump shot.
And Beverly kicks to George. He feeds it to Leonard. Over Davis. And the Clippers miss again.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Kicks it to Matthews. Gasol, a screen on Leonard. Matthews goes in, shoots over Leonard. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Batum passes to George. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession.
And let's take a look at some numbers for Marc Gasol. He's averaging 11 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. Guys, he's a difference maker off the bench. Steps into that front court and more than holds his own.
Well, it's his willingness to bang down low or move opponents off the block. Those are valuable contributions.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Livingston comes in for George. Here's McLemore. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
Oh, and that's the big-time strength of McLemore. If you were going to foul this guy, you can't give him any daylight to get the shot off, too.
Chris, you certainly played with some colorful characters during your career. Which players do you think are the biggest personalities now in the NBA?
Wow, I mean, when you think about the biggest personalities now, I mean, I think about a guy like Westbrook that's so soft-spoken, but his game is so loud that, you know, you have to take notice. Draymond Green, I think he's always been a guy that has never shied away from a microphone or the limelight. He's another guy that comes to mind. And so, and I think, you know, you always have to look at LeBron just because he garners so much attention, just because what he does is always going to be headline news, that he has fun with it. And so those three guys come to mind when I think about the biggest personalities in the league.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Defended by Beverly. Picked by Harrell. From deep, McLemore. They get the rebound. A second chance effort. No good from Gasol.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Well, that takes physical ability, good timing, those two things that he possesses.
The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
And that's just a beautiful setup by Livingston, showing the high basketball IQ.
Rajon Rondo is checked in for the Clippers. Lakers trail by 5. Passes it to Kuzma. There's the pick. He dishes it to LeBron. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
Love how determined James is down on the block. I mean, he knows there isn't anyone that can stop him inside.
Rondo dishes to Livingston. Beverly for 3. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston. Livingston's got 3 assists now in this one. Pass to Kuzma. Over Beverly. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Off target with what's what? A pretty good look from mid-range.
Took him no time at all on that one. And now it's a 9-point Clipper lead.
Well, Batum is a volume three-point shooter. If he has any space whatsoever, he's pulling up, most likely connected.
Outside Matthews. Here's Kuzma. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the J.
You love seeing James distribute the ball. It shows that he really has a focus for getting his teammates involved.
Now here's Livingston. He's covered by Matthews. Livingston kicks to Zubac. Rebound the Lakers. Gasol's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Lakers trail by 7. Matthews, no one around him, sinks the triple. Matthews has got 6.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Well, that's because they made a concerted effort to get the shooters involved. Now they've built up the confidence.
Dishes it to Beverly. And the rejection by James.
Oh, you got to be cautious around James. He's always on the hunt to swat away shots. Defense in your rear view may be closer than they appear.
Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubac. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for the Lakers. Here's Batum. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Shot clock at 3. Shoots over Matthews. A shot by Batum. No good. Here's Kuzma. He's got 7. From deep, Gasol. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka. Clippers leading by 4. Livingston with it. Ibaka with a screen on Gasol. Livingston passes to Ibaka. Here's the teardrop. And it's Beverly missing. Lakers trailed by 4. James with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. Here's Schroeder. Here's Gasol. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Funny, for so long, Brother Powell was thought to have the much better career, but Mark has made the gap between them all the more closer.
And he makes the first.
And in today's NBA, how about the value in having a guy at the center who has the versatility and the skill set of a Marc Gasol? With his passing and shooting, and he becomes a great zone buster for any team.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Morris is checked in, and the Lakers also making a change. Andre Drummond's checked in for Matthews, and that one's good. Beverly.
And what confidence from Beverly squaring himself up as the pass was coming his way, so he was ready to fire.
Drummond with a screen on Rondo. Lobbed up there for Drummond.
Those passes into the paint have to be precise, just like that.
1:06 left in the third quarter of the game. Schroeder against Rondo. Here's Morris. That one's not going to go. And it's the Lakers the other way. And Marc Gasol becoming more aggressive, looking for his own offense.
And I thought at times in the past he was unselfish to a fault. His teammates egged him on, told him you're the best center in the game, go out there and dominate. And now it seems like he's becoming more comfortable in his skin.
And Beverly kicks to Livingston. Ibaka. LeBron with the block. And is out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. Los Angeles making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. Los Angeles on D. Nice job coming off that screen. Jackson's got 10 points.
I mean, come on. Jackson is so effective from the mid-range area of the court. He sticks these shots all the time.
Over in the corner, Gasol. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got his 7th assist here tonight.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
With 4 seconds on the clock, and the layup is good. He's got 9.
Oh, no chance there for the smaller defender. Someone needed to rotate over and help.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. Los Angeles on top as they end the third quarter with a massive 16-4 run. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just And now we take a look back to Doc Rivers talking to his team from his huddle.
Hey, guys, come on. Let's close this quarter. Let's close it. Got to pick up our pace. Got to pick up our pace right here.
And Doc Rivers looking for a faster tempo, as you heard, wanting to make a big push here.
I think he realizes when his team is attacking at both ends, that's when they tend to go on runs.
And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. They've got Jackson. Baca is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Rondo in at the point. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
Oh, and Jackson is not just a terrific shooter, but a fantastic defender as well, using his great speed on both ends.
Lakers passing it around. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cousins.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Oh, man, yeah, he read it all the way. He got a jump on it. Very close.
But they'll get another chance. The dish to Schroeder. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Drummond sets the screen for Schroeder.
And the defensive Cousins making his presence known with the quick leaping ability which he uses to block shots.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Craig, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Screen by Cousins. And here's Morris for 3. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Morris has got it all tied up now for the Clippers. The Lakers have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. LeBron is screen on Rondo. Schroeder kicks to James. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Cousins has got 11 rebounds in the game. Jackson, that's a two-pointer, and it's the Clippers scoring again.
The catch and shoot, Jay, is lethal when used correctly. Easy to see why Jackson likes it so much.
Drummond the screen. Schroeder dishes to Drummond to the inside. That's good from Caldwell Pope on the assist by Drummond. That's 10 points for Kentavious Caldwell Pope. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
A wide open look here for Ibaka. Good on the three-point shot.
Mostly a dunker early in his career, Ibaka has moved his game further out to the perimeter, which has dropped his percentages but raised his value as a floor-spacing big. And you're starting to see some tired legs on those defenders as we come down the stretch here, Clark.
I mean, at some point, you got to think about subbing some of these guys out, getting them a little bit of a breather. They just can't keep up.
Here's Cousins, and it's sent back by Drummond.
And shooters have to be careful when Drummond is roaming nearby. He is a defensive menace who takes his shot blocking very seriously.
For 3, Caldwell Pope. The Lakers rebound. Schroeder kicks to LeBron. Here's Kuzma, covered by Morris. Back to James. Over Jackson. Goes back up. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, LeBron James can do everything on a basketball court. It's his passing that's always stood out to me. His vision at his size, I mean, historically great.
Kawhi Leonard is checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Rajon Rondo. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Davis is checked in. Morris kicks to Jackson. Morris a screen. Feeds it to Cousins. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And you lump in LeBron with Magic Johnson and Larry Bird when you talk about players 6'8", 6'9", who can control a game, Chris, simply with their passing.
Oh, yeah, don't forget about yours truly, but he can pick you apart. He sees over the top of defenses, and he throws bullet passes that leave the defense no time to recover.
Pass to Davis. Caldwell Pope outside. And the foul called on Anthony Davis. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Clippers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. Jackson kicks to George. Here's Morris. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound. Davis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Well, as we move into the 4th, it's been an even game.
Guys, teams have exchanged the lead 5 times thus far.
Down low. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And it's Schroeder in the corner. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. James has got 4 assists in the game.
And with that 3, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
George passes to Leonard. And here's Morris for 3. Gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
Well, yeah, Morris is just a tremendous shooter. He has great touch from beyond the arc.
So the wing on the left. Here's Schroeder. Some solid defense there from Jackson. The Clippers trail. And here's Leonard. High post Cousins. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
Oh, you love the confidence of Cousins. His ability to rise up and toss up a shot as soon as he gets the ball is tremendous.
James dishes to Davis. Back to LeBron. Fires for 3. And another 3 for the Lakers.
He is a dangerous outside shooter, and if you leave him open, he can bury them consistently.
Outside Jackson. Here's George. Again, the Clippers.
And the mid-range jumper really right in George's comfort zone. When he isn't blowing by guys and finishing at the rim, he's knocking that one down with consistency.
James kicks to Davis. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Screen by Cousins. And here's Leonard from 3. A rebound by the Lakers. Davis has got 6 rebounds here tonight. On the wing, James pulls it up. And again, it's the Lakers.
He's giving them a nice lift this quarter. The shots are falling for him.
Clippers trail by 5. Outside Leonard. Cousins with a screen on LeBron. And stolen by James. And here we go. LeBron heading to the hoop. And the dunk by James.
You got to enjoy watching James go off. When he's hot, he can't be contained.
And that replay presented by Under Armour, showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Jackson kicks to Cousins, looking to end the run. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, you knew the Clippers would be hit hard in free agency. Losing both Paul and Redick kind of changes the outlook of the team. But still, I think they're going to be solid. And one that I expect to make the postseason. But I don't think that we can label them as a contender.
And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
And how about the consistency from range tonight? Really impressive.
That's because he's finding his spots. No hesitation. You can sense his confidence.
Here's Cousins, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Andre Drummond picks one up.
Well, over time, Cousins has worked on developing a sneaky little pump fake. I love how he makes the D fall for it.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
Drummond passes to Caldwell Pope. Here's Schroeder. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
And the Clippers call time here.
And watching Andre Drummond play, he's really just an old school type center. I mean, he eats up space in the middle and finishes plays in close. Not a skilled guy who can pull a defender away from the basket.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, LeBron James.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. Patrick Beverley, he's checked in for the Clippers. Marc Gasol is checked in for Los Angeles. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Doc Rivers talking to the team. He said, "Do you want this game? Don't tell me about it. Show me and show your teammates. We've got to play better, and we've got to play harder if we're going to come back."
guys.
Thanks so much, David. Count it, and the Laker lead has been cut down to 10 on the bucket from George. And with Drummond, he does play like towering centers of decades past.
Yeah, I mean, he isn't great at moving the ball around or hitting shots from range, but his size and athleticism are elite and one of the best rebounders in our game.
And the Lakers, Greg, have acquired some intriguing young talent. Do you see this group blossoming into elite status?
I mean, there's still some question marks. Injuries have been an issue. I do see some all-star potential for some of their young fellas. Superstar potential, though, tougher to say. They've got something to build on, though, and that's key.
And the first one drops.
And only the 15th pick back when he was drafted, Leonard was projected to become a starter, but never a superstar. Just solid, really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Schroeder against Beverly. Here's LeBron. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And I'm just not sure the league has ever seen a more intimidating slasher than LeBron James. A 6'8" bullet train. He's so strong, so quick. And if he gets a shoulder on you, watch out.
And LeBron always feels like he can get past his man. It's that next level of the D he focuses on.
And if I'm the help, I pray him for the pass. I don't want to be in that poster. Maybe the most devastating finisher in league history.
He kicks it to Caldwell Pope. Gasol dishes to LeBron. Over Morris. And that one's good. James has got 29 in the game.
And sometimes there's no way to guard James. He answers every challenge. An exceptionally talented player.
And George kicks to Morris. Back to George. The baseline J. It's rebounded by Gasol. Gasol's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel.
Yeah, first turnover of the game. Overall, though, he's been rock solid.
Clippers trail by 10. Leonard sets a screen for Beverly. Cousins against Gasol. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And haven't done as much damage inside as they did in the first half, but they should not get away from that. They can still put pressure on the D if they pound it inside.
And Cousins stands 6'11", 270 pounds. He plays the game with heart and passion.
Schroeder passes to Gasol. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Clock at 6 for 3. Caldwell Pope. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got assist number 8 now on the night. The Clippers running out of time. They set the pick. George dishes to Leonard. The jump hook. No good from Cousins. And here's Los Angeles. Caldwell Pope kicks to Gasol. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. From about 19 feet, and there's another one for the Lakers.
And James is an efficient mid-range scorer. When the D isn't up on him, he's going to school him.
Leonard sets a screen for George. Cousins against Gasol. A 15-footer, and too long on the shot.
Defensively, they could have done better. That's an open look he'd like to have back.
Caldwell Pope kicks it over to Schroeder. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Schroeder passes to Gasol. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. The first one falls. And both free throws good for Davis. And you look at the level of talent in the NBA now, some great players. But we've heard others say the league is watered down. How do you view that statement?
Well, I don't think you can compare errors. I think it's great to argue and have fun with them and debate them, but, very sincerely, unless someone can play against each other, it's just a wasted argument. There's different errors, there's different rules. Think about how many threes Larry Bird shot per game. 1.5, 2. What if he could let it fly 10 times a game? We'd be talking about a different player there. So I think times, errors, the physical play of the 80s, of the 90s, I just know that players will handle it differently. Hand checking, the way that we call flagrant 1 fouls. It's a different league. And so I just choose to celebrate the players that we have now. They're the evolution in my mind. They're kind of the culmination of all the players that have come before them. So I just enjoy the game the way it is now.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubac is checked in for Marcus Morris. Batum comes in for Leonard. Sean Livingston, he's checked in for George. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Outside Gasol. Now here's Matthews. Fires from 14. It's hauled in by Zubac. Maybe at this point, not much of a chance for a comeback.
Yeah, you got a better chance of walking through a lion's den with pork chop underwear on.
Oh, and Batum has the lethal pull-up, Jimmy. If you don't get a hand up, you face the consequences of seeing him drain that shot.
And the Lakers can just let the clock run down here. And so the Lakers take the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Anthony, an impressive win, and it seemed like a collective effort out there tonight.
Guys come in and stepped up and played tremendously, so I just go out there and play, with all my energy and everything I had in me and leave it out on the floor, and I'm glad we got the win.
Hey, Anthony, thanks for your time. Kevin, back to you, man.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.